Hello everyone, welcome to GS Score. This is Ajay Shah. So let's start the discussion of 10 MCQs from current affairs area. And today we are going to discuss all the current affairs from environment. Fine. So let's start the discussion. So this is the first question for you, and the first question is from recent amendment in Hazardous Waste Management and Transboundary Movement Rules 2016. Now the first statement says solid plastic waste has been prohibited from import into country including special economic zones and by export oriented units. So this statement is correct after the amendment. Now the second statement says exporters of silk waste now have been given exemption from requiring permission from the Ministry of Environment. This statement is also correct. So after basically the amendment in 2019, both the statements 1 and 2 are correct. Now some value addition. So Ministry of Environment recently has amended Hazardous and Other Waste Management and Transboundary Rules 2016. And the objective is to strengthen the implementation of environmentally sound management of hazardous waste in the country. Now this amendment has been done keeping into consideration ease of doing business and also boosting Make in India initiative. Now it also aims in simplification of procedures under the rules, while at the same time upholding the principles of sustainable development and ensuring minimum impact on the environment. Now some salient features of the new amendment include this statement 1 and 2, and apart from this the amendment says that electrical and electronic assemblies and components manufactured in and exported from India, if found defective, can now be imported back into the country within a year of export without obtaining the permission of Ministry of Environment. So that's all. Now we'll move to the next question. So the question number 2 is on United Nations Convention on Combat Desertification Conference of Parties, that is COP14. Now the first statement says it was hosted by China. So this statement is wrong because it was not hosted by China, but it was hosted by India. The second says the theme of conference was Restore Land and Sustain Future. So this statement is correct for COP14. So only 2 is the correct answer. So B will be the correct answer. Now some value addition. So about this UNCCD COP14, this was for the first time that it was held in India. And the theme of the conference was Restore Land and Sustain Future. Now India, being the global host of COP14, has taken over the COP presidency basically from China for the next 2 years, that is till 2021. Now in this COP14 there was an important declaration that is called Delhi Declaration, and as per Delhi Declaration now there will be commitment for a range of issues including gender and health, ecosystem restoration, taking action on climate change, private sector engagement, a recovery of 5 million hectares of degraded land in India. So that's all. I'll move to the next question. So question number 3 is on ecological fiscal transfer. Fine, and we have to choose the correct statement. So the first statement says ecological fiscal transfer distributes a share of intergovernmental fiscal transfers to ecological indicators. So this statement is correct. Second says, as per the 14th Finance Commission, 7.5% of total center state disbursement is to be set aside for ETFs. That is also correct. The third says, ETFs did not increase spending on the forest by states in India. This statement is also correct. So all statements are correct basically. So correct answer will be this is wrong. Fine. So correct statement will be all 1, 2 and 3. That is option number D. Now what is this ecological fiscal transfer? It is nothing but it distributes a share of intergovernmental fiscal transfers and revenue sharing schemes according to ecological indicators such as protected areas or watershed management areas. Now these conservation areas become a source of income for the receiving government. That's all. Now question number 6. So this question is on this river link project. So the question says you have to choose incorrect statements with regard to Pamba Achan Kovil Vaipar river linking project. Now the first statement says it is a part of linking projects of National Water Development Agency. So this statement is correct. Now the second says it involves diversion of water from Pamba and Achankovil rivers of Kerala to Vaipar basin in Tamil Nadu. So this statement is also correct. Since we have to choose incorrect statement, so D will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So National River Linking Project, formerly known as National Perspective Plan, envisages the transfer of water from water surplus basins where there are flooding to water to water deficient basins where there is drought or scarcity of water through an inter-basin water transfer project. Now this Pamba Achankovil Vapor River project was mooted in 1995, and the objective was protection of power for Kerala and irrigation also in some parts of Tamil Nadu. Fine. Now this Kerala, now why this was in news? It was in news because recently Kerala government has opposed the move, and Kerala government has cited the reason of water deficit area in its region. That's all. We'll move to the next question. Now this question is on National Chambal Sanctuary. Fine. So we'll read the first question. The first statement says the sanctuary is located on the Chambal River near the tri-point of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. So this statement is wrong because it is located in the tri-point of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, not Gujarat. So first statement is wrong. Now the second statement says it is home to Ghadial. So this statement is correct. Third statement is Ghadial is a critically endangered species. So this statement is correct. So 2 and 3 are correct. So B will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So Chambal Sanctuary is a division of one large region which is jointly managed by the government of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Now it is also known as Chambal Ghadial Sanctuary. Why? Because of the rich population of ghadials which are found here. It is home to ghadial which is critically endangered, and also this Gangetic River dolphin which is also endangered, and also red crowned roof turtle which is critically endangered. That's all. We'll move to the next question. Now this is question number 6, is with regard to olive ridley turtles. Fine. Now the first statement says they are the smallest and most abundant of all the sea turtles found in the world. So this statement is factually correct. The second statement says this species is recognized as vulnerable by IUCN Red List. So this statement is also correct. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct. C will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So why this was in news, olive ridley turtle? Because recently Odisha Forest Department completely banned fishing between the span of November 2019 to May 2020 in the states, that is in Odisha, Gahir Matha Marine Sanctuary, basically to protect olive ridley turtles. Now this Gahir Matha, which is located in Odisha, is also known as, is popular because it is the world largest, it is popular because of world's largest olive ridley population. Now this olive ridley turtles, they are famous because they are the smallest and most abundant of all the sea turtles which are found in the world. And it basically stays, the basic habitation is the warm water of Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean. Now this species has been recognized as a vulnerable in IUCN Red List and also placed in Appendix 1 of the sites. Now these turtles, they are basically carnivorous and they mainly feed on a variety of fish and their eggs. And these turtles spend their entire lives in the ocean and they migrate thousands of kilometers between feeding and mating grounds in the course of a year. That's all. Now there are again we have to choose incorrect statements. Fine. So let us read this. Question is basically from Paris Climate Agreement. The first statement says Article 28 of the Paris Agreement allows country to leave the Paris Agreement and lays down the process for leaving. So this statement is correct about Article 28. Now the second says a country can only give a notice for leaving at least 1 year after the Paris climate came into force. So this statement is wrong because the time period is not 1 year but the time period is 3 years. The third statement says US will be the only country left out of the Paris climate after the agreement, out of the Paris climate agreement. So this statement is correct. Since we have to choose incorrect statement and 2 is the only incorrect statement, so B will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So this Paris climate of 2016, what is this? It is an historical international accord that brings almost all the 200 countries together in setting a common target to reduce greenhouse emissions in an effort to fight climate change. Now, the pact seeks to keep global temperature rise to below 2 degrees Celsius from the pre-industrial levels, and also it tried to limit the temperature increase even further to 1.5 degree Celsius. Fine. Now, to the end, after this Paris climate, all the countries, they have pledged to implement targeted action plans that will limit their greenhouse gas emissions. This agreement also asks rich and developed countries to provide financial and technological support to the developing world in its quest to fight and adapt to the climate change. Now, after US leaves, US will be the only country left out of the global protocol, because Syria and Nicaragua, the last remaining countries who were not the part of this climate, they also became signatory in 2017. Now, Article 28 is okay. Now, this Paris climate, as per the Article 28, it says that a country can only give a notice for leaving at least 3 years after the Paris climate came into force. And since Paris climate came into force on November 4, 2016, so US basically can give the notice to leave after November 4, 2019, which it did. Fine. So that's all. Now this question is about Feni River. Fine. We'll read the statements. The first statement says, it is a transboundary river which originates in the Bangladesh and enters India before flowing into Bay of Bengal. So this statement is wrong, because it doesn't originate in Bangladesh, but it originates in Tripura district. Fine. So first statement is wrong. Now the second statement says Muhari River is its right bank tributary. So this statement is correct. So only 2 is correct, so B will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So Union Cabinet, why this was in news? Because recently Union Cabinet approved an MOU between India and Bangladesh. And what is the MOU? MOU is that there will be withdrawal of 1.82 cusecs of water from Feni River by India for a drinking water supply river scheme for Sabroom town in Tripura. Fine. Now for your value addition, this Muhri River is also known as Little Feni. That's all. Now this question is on recently published global migration report. Fine. So let us read the statement. The first statement says, and we have to choose incorrect statement. Okay. Now the first statement says the report is published by International Organization for Migration. So this statement is correct. The second statement says, as per the report, India is the largest country of origin of international migrant. So this statement is also correct. The third says China is the leading recipient of remittances, followed by India. So this statement is wrong, because it's not the China, but it is India, which is the largest recipient of remittances. Fine. So only 3 is the incorrect statement. So C will be the correct answer. Fine. So now let us see some key highlights of Global Migration Report 2020. So as per this report, out of total 272 million of international migrants worldwide, that is 3.5% of the global population, India accounts for the highest share, and India is followed by Mexico and China. Now it also says that roughly 2/3 of the international migrants are basically labor migrants. So it shows that nearly 2/3 of the migrants migrate in search of work. Now, as per this recent report, the top destination for international migrant is the US, and that is being followed by Germany, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and UK. Now, top migration corridors for Indian are UAE, then US, and also Saudi Arabia. Now, as per the report, the highest number of migrants entering into India, they basically come from Bangladesh. That's all. Now this is the last question for you, and the question is on Emissions Gap Report 2019. The first statement says it is a flagship publication of UNEP released annually. Fine. So this statement is correct. Now notice here we have to choose incorrect statement. Okay. Now the second statement says, as per this report, India is the second largest emitter of greenhouse gases, but is on the track to achieve its self-declared climate target. So this statement is wrong, because India is not the second largest, but India is the 4th largest emitter of greenhouse gases, but it is also on the track to achieve its self-declared climate targets. Now the third statement says transport sector is the largest emitter of greenhouse gases as per this report. So this is also wrong because it's not the transport sector, but it is the energy sector that is largest emitter of greenhouse gases. Fine. So 2 and 3 both are incorrect. So C will be the correct answer here. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the class. Please like and subscribe our channel for more such videos. Thank you very much. Thank you.